Welcome everybody to the hybrid meeting of the Civic Licensing Committee. Got both. So I would like to remind all attendees that this meeting has been recorded and webcast live on the Council's YouTube channel. I would remind all remote attendees to mute their microphones when not speaking, unless they wish to speak, and they should do so by raising their hands remotely. Can I also remind remote members attending hybrid meetings where quasi-judicial matters are being considered, they will not be permitted to participate by audio only and must have their video camera function switched on at all times. Thank you. Item 1, apologies for absence.
Yes, Convener, we have apologies from Councillors Breeze and Gregg.
Thank you. Declarations of interest and statements of Councillor Durnwell.
Declaration of interest on item 4, the new applicant. I worked with the applicant at one point at the furniture project in Arbroath.
And what do you intend to do?
It's okay, I'll stay in the meeting, that's okay.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you. No others? No. Item 3, this is a new application, residential caravan site Barry Downs, residential caravan park at Barry. Report number 284 of 24, pages 3 to 14 in your papers. I understand there are no attendees on this report. So with that, are there any comments? Yeah, Councillor Melville.
No, we don't have
No, Mr Ferrier from Building Standards is here today.
Okay, lovely. Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Convener. I can just see, I'm looking on page 14 just now, and it's saying that the drainage system which serves areas A and B currently doesn't have the completion certificate. However, you've made contact with the applicant who is looking to complete that. Do you have a time scale for when they're looking to have that finished by?
Hi there, Chris Ferrier, team leader for Building Standards. As far as I'm aware, no timescale has been agreed yet. It's being, obviously, it's an old warrant, 2009. So, yeah, there's a bit of urgency to get that done.
Thank you very much.
Any other questions? If we can then make recommendations. They are as follows. 1, to grant the application. 2, to grant the application subject to the model standards for residential mobile home site licences produced by the Scottish Government and any additional conditions. 3, to determine that the committee is considering refusing the application, in which case notice must be given to the applicant stating that A, the licensing authority is considering refusing the application and its reasons for doing so, and B, the applicant has the right to make written representations to the authority before the date which is specified in the notice. Such date to be at least 28 days after the date on which the notice is given. I'll ask now for Councillor Melville.
Yeah, thank you, Convener. I would move the grant, subject to the conditions.
Councillor Clark.
Happy to second that.
Is that unanimous? Agreed. Sorry, we'll move now to page 15 to 34. And this is a renewal application, residential caravan site, Monica de Glen, Brechin Road, Montrose. Again, I don't think there is any attendee on this one. Councillor Melville, question?
Yeah, thank you, Convener. It's also for building standards. Again, I can see that there's not a completion certificate. So I can see that we're looking for a completion certificate where no warrant was obtained, and it said that that should be obtained, but I take it that's been communicated to the applicant, and have they shown any willingness to do so? And again, do we have a timescale for that?
Again, we don't have a timescale for it. It has been communicated to them, and we have said that we'd be happy to assist them in trying to get this tidied up as soon as possible.
Yeah, thank you, Convener. Yeah, justly it would be good to get that tidied away ASAP, and I've got no other issues with this at all.
Thank you, Councillor Melville. We'll move then to the recommendations, which are, again, 1, to grant the application. Grant the application subject to amended and or additional conditions, any additional conditions. 3, to determine that the committee is considering refusing the application, in which case notice must be given to the applicant stating that A, the licensing authority is considering refusing the application and its reasons for doing so, and B, the applicant has the right to make written representations to the authority before the date which is specified in the notice, such date to be at least 20 days after the date on which the notice is given. I think on this one as well, I think I would say that we grant the application. Yes, subject to the model standards. Councillor Melville.
Yeah, happy to second that, Convener.
Is that unanimous? Yes. Agreed. Thank you. Move to item pages 35 to 49. This is an application to transfer a residential caravan site licence, Nursery Park Caravan Site, Brechin. And I believe we have Michael Delaney coming in on a Teams link.
He's not joined.
He's not joined. Oh, okay then. Right. Do members have any questions on this application? Sorry, Councillor Durno.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. I just want to ask, just really for my own knowledge, is this the caravan park that was damaged during the flooding?
Can anybody help with that?
I don't know.
Jill?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Thank you. Any other questions? I see there are comments for environmental health, housing, building standards, but nothing untoward that I can see within them. Oh, one thing, sorry, I missed. Building standards have noted that there appears to be additional caravan stands being installed at the premises, and also therefore a late application for a building warrant would be required to be submitted by the applicant, and that they should cease work on site. Well, if there's no one here, we can't ask them that or tell them that. So I'm presuming then that building standards will pass that on to the applicant. With that, sorry, Councillor Scott.
I'm actually now unsure if it is it's the Nursery Lane Caravan Park. So that's actually not the one that was damaged extensively, the one that was that we've seen on the news and stuff. So no, it's a different one.
Okay, Councillor Durno, yeah. Again, if we move to the recommendations, which are again, 1, to consent to the transfer of the licence, or 2, to determine that the committee is considering refusing to consent to the transfer of the licence, in which case notice must be given to the applicant stating that A, the licensing authority is considering refusing the application and its reasons for doing so, and B, the applicant has the right to make written representations to the authority before the date which is specified in the notice, such date to be at least 28 days after the date on which the notice is given. Councillor Melville.
Thank you, Convener. I move that we consent to the transfer of the licence.
Yep.
Got a seconder. Need a seconder.
Seconder.
Happy to second.
Okay, we've got a seconder and it's unanimous, yeah? Yes. Thank you. Move to item number 6, page 50 to 55. This is a new application. So let's get the page. Yep. Street trader licence, applicant Margaret Anderson. I believe that Margaret Anderson is in attendance. Would you like to come forward, Margaret? Margaret, you can talk to your application, just tell us a bit about it or anything you want us to know about it. You'll have to press the button when you're speaking and then put it off when you're not. On you go.
Hi, it's just I wasn't aware that there was a pie workshop near to where my burger van is. For the reason being there's no signage of this pie workshop, nothing to say that it's there. So I think our concern is because of the name. Mine's is called the Wee Kitchen, and she's got things like We Cook Pies, which is basically our main place is Ballybudden. So I didn't pick that name because it was similar, because I hadn't a clue that that premises was there. So that's what the issue is.
Sorry to interrupt, Margaret. Would it be possible that you talk about your application,
Oh, sorry, right.
and then we can talk about the objection after that?
So it's just an application for me to set up a snack van at Barry Bowden Place in Arbroath. So I've done everything that I had to do to get this up and running. So it's just the point I'm at is to get the street trader's licence, and there was just one objection, and that's why I'm here today.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions on that first part? No? Okay, the objection, do you want to make any comments on the objection?
Just as I said, it was just because of the similarity in the name. As I say, I wasn't aware there was a pie workshop at that premises, or close to where my snack van is. And the concern is that she thinks the name's very similar to mine's.
Are there any questions on that? I mean, legal will keep me right, but I'm not sure that a similar name is something that this committee will take account of. Sorry, we've got a question there from Councillor Melville.
Yeah, thank you. It's just for clarity. I don't know if any of the officers have been down to view the application site, but my understanding was that street trading, there's a distance limit involved. And I'm looking at the council's policy now, and it says street trading must not take place within 50 metres of another street trader. Now, the objection says that in this case, there's only a 40-metre separation, so I just wondered if we've been able to verify that, or if the applicant could verify that. I'm not sure what the situation is.
The answer is I don't think anybody has been out. We can't verify. I think it says something like estimated 40 metres. We can't verify that because we don't know. However, if we grant the licence, one of the conditions are that it's not within 50 metres, and if it's within 50 metres, then it needs to move. Yeah, it needs to move. So, although it's in there, we can't say whether it is. What we think we'll have to do is get the LSO to go out, have a look and try and measure the distance and see whether it is within 50 metres. Is that okay? Councillor Scott.
Yeah, sorry, just for clarity for myself, the wee cook of the wee cook kitchen is objecting, but is that a street trader or is that just, you know, like a base where they make their product? That's probably what I'm asking.
Can anybody help with that?
Yes, it is. It's just where they actually manufacture and pack the pies from that workshop.
Okay, Councillor Scott again.
So, I've got an echo. For clarity for myself, then 50 metres wouldn't be a consideration if it's not another street trader then.
I think that is correct, yes, but that
Yeah.
will be checked.
Right, thank you.
Councillor Clark, I think, was next.
That was exactly my
Oh,
point.
what was it?
convener.
Okay, fine, thank you. Councillor Whiteside.
Just for clarity, it does say in the objection that we could have been given a street trader licence at that location.
That will have to be checked, so we'll have to check that out for distance. And we'll ask the LSO to do that. Sorry, any other questions or comments? Councillor Whiteside.
Yeah, just a question for yourself. Obviously, it's a little bit confusion, a bit unfortunate, but it's one of these things that happen. Is your van sort of branded, and does it look quite different to the wee cook signage?
The week. The wee cook kitchen, the workshop that she owns is round the corner in a concrete unit. There's about 6 units in a row. There's a baker's, a garage across the road. I'm up the path on a patch of grass outside a building. Yeah. So there is a massive difference.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Any other questions or comments? Yep, Councillor Dunn.
I would just like to say to Margaret, can you make sure that you've got a bin that the seagulls can't get into? Thanks.
Okay, with that. Sorry, I've lost my place.
They love burger vans and Arbroath.
Sorry. 50-ish. Okay, with that, we'll move to the recommendations. And the recommendations are: 1, that we grant the application; 2, to grant the application subject to standard and/or any additional conditions; 3, to defer the application for a period not exceeding 6 months from the date of the application; or 4, to refuse the application on one or more of the grounds referred to in paragraph 5. Councillor Fotheringham.
Thank you very much, Convener. Yes, I'm going to move that we grant the application subject to the standard or any additional conditions. Thank you.
Councillor Scott.
Yeah, I would second Councillor Fotheringham.
Yep, anyone else? No? Okay, we unanimous on that? Okay, agreed, granted. And with that, I know we've got one other. No, with that, that's it. Sorry, that's the end of the meeting. Thank you all very much for attending or coming in online. Thank you.
Can we stop the live stream, please?